Hey YouTube, this is AE1007. Just giving you a little view of my buggy Losi 8 2.0E. I bought it off of RC Tech on the Craigslist type thing on the forum for a decent price. It came with a Losi accelerant setup, which I later on put in my Emacs that I just got. But came with two bodies. They're a little beat up. I used to go to the RC track all the time with my other RC cars, and it was fun, but it just wasn't what I wanted. So me and my brother decided to get this. He got the Mugen, I got the Losi 8, and by far I think this is, and I drove every single one of the top buggies, like the Team Associate buggy, you know, the Hyper, and by far I like this buggy the most. The Mugen whips out a little bit too much in the end, I think, but I'm pretty sure you can adjust that. This all around, as soon as I got it, it was just all out fun. It landed perfect. It flew through the air perfect. The weight distribution on this thing is amazing. The only thing I really did to this so far was I put the Mamba monster setup in it, which a lot of people like to run the Tekin, which I don't see a difference. I feel like the Mamba monster has more raw power and the Tekin doesn't, but I do think the Tekin is a little bit more smoother. It came with this nice digital steering servo, which is very fast and smooth. This is the only part I broke on this RC car so far, and I've had this thing for a while, and I beat it up pretty bad. It's like this little cover in the front that holds the pins in here for the A-arms. I don't know what the cover would be called, but I hit a jump too bad, and this is after I flipped it and flipped it and flipped it and flipped it. The A-arm pin finally broke out of it. So actually I think the original one was cracked anyway, so I replaced it with the aluminum one. I usually don't like to go with too much aluminum because eventually in an RC car you need to have a breaking point, and aluminum is strong but brittle, so if you hit it hard enough it's either going to bend or break. And I'd rather replace plastic than aluminum because plastic's a lot more expensive, aluminum's a lot more expensive, but there's some things that you can get aluminum that there's no need for a breaking point, like this, of course. I have, I think, a 17-tooth pinion in it. I'm not sure, I forgot. I got the pinion from the local RC track that I race at. That's the pinion that usually everyone races with. It keeps a nice power distribution with not too much top end speed and not too and you still get a decent amount of acceleration. By far, this buggy is the funnest RC car on the track I have ever owned. My Emacs is the funnest for me, just all around, brute power, but this thing is fun. It has crazy finesse. It's just, the Losi 8 is fully amazing. The way they designed this is just amazing. The way it flies through the air, the way it could take a beating, the way it sends power down. I forgot what I did, what diff oils I did, like 5,000, 10,000, 7,000, I'm not sure. It was the same specifications for the track that we race at, and it worked out pretty good. The only thing I have a problem with is just the parts cost so much money when something breaks or when you have to fix something, but most of the time nothing breaks. And you can get, you could run this thing all day hard and nothing will break. It's an amazing vehicle. It's an amazing buggy. I'm probably actually going to put this up on eBay soon to sell it because I do want to get a 1/5 scale, which I don't have. And I don't know if I'm going to be racing this year. But yeah, if you're thinking about getting a Losi 8, or you're thinking about getting a Mugen, or you're thinking about getting a UFNA or a Team Associate, they all have their top buggies. Definitely go with the Losi 8. It costs a little bit more money, but it's well worth it by far. You can choose the Tekin setup, or you could choose the Mamba monster, but either way, you can only use 4-cell when you're racing, and it really depends on how you gear it and what your personal preferences are, because they're both amazing setups. But weight distribution and all that kind of stuff, and durability, I would definitely go with the Losi 8. Stay tuned. I have other videos, check them out, of all RC stuff. If you have any questions about the Losi 8, be sure to comment. If you have any questions about the setup or anything like that, be sure to comment and subscribe to see further videos. Thanks a lot, YouTube.